So Dad, how
Yes.
did you learn how to make this stuff?
So I have over 20 years of cooking experience professionally and just learning by myself. I grew up in the kitchen. Your great-grandparents owned a Mexican restaurant here in Tucson and kind of grew up cooking my whole life.
So when did you know that you wanted to like pursue cooking?
That's a funny question. Most of my friends would tell you that I've been cooking since I was probably 9 years old. While my other friends were out in the neighborhood playing around and around, I was in the kitchen baking Betty Crocker cakes and cooking ramen noodles and making them into my own dish for your nana, you know? So, I don't know, I think it's always been in me. Like I said, we come from a family that loves to cook. Your uncles, your aunts. I can tell you that I've enjoyed cooking since I could remember, which has been a long time because I'm 39 years old and I can't remember last time I didn't want to cook. I love to cook. It's an amazing stress reliever. And just to bring joy to people through food. I mean, look at you. You cook. And it's kind of embedded in your blood. You know, you come from a very big family of chefs. So, I don't think you'll ever get rid of it.
What is the best thing that your cooking career has offered you or has like allowed you to do?
Well, you know, I come from the south side of friends, a lot of friends that ended up in jail in bad places. I joined the army. Believe it or not, I chose to be a cook in the army, which not many people are going to be proud to say that. But the reason I chose is because I always loved to cook. But it's brought me a lot of knowledge, a lot of patience, understanding. You know, I've cooked for some of the most important people in the United States of America, to include President Obama himself. I have cooked for senators, generals, congresswomen, congressmen, right? And to just know that you're bringing so much happiness and joy to important people that every day, you know, you'd be surprised. A billionaire will eat what a person that's making minimum wages, as long as it's good, right? Doesn't need to be expensive. Doesn't need to be the best piece of meat, right? You can make him a good sandwich. Guarantee he'll eat it if it's good enough.
Believe in traditional, like, do you think if someone has passed down a traditional recipe that they should follow it exactly like that, or are they allowed to like put a little whim on it?
So that is a great question, actually. Yes, they should attempt to follow it. But most chefs will tell you, I can give the recipe to 5 different people. That recipe is going to come out 5 different ways. So no matter whether you want to stick to the real recipe or to the recipe as it says, it's still going to come out the same. So that's okay if you want to tweak it to serve your need. You know, you might want to add a quarter of a teaspoon of chili as opposed to just a half. Or I mean a half as opposed to a quarter. You know, you might like your food a little spicier than us. Do I think it's bad? No. I think our family's recipes that we've had that passed on from our grandparents, from my grandparents to my parents, they're a little bit different, you know? I remember, I can tell you right now, my grandmother, your Nana's mom, in the kitchen, she would get salt and pour it in her hand and say, that's how much salt it is. So, you know, Does she really know how much salt she's putting? Well, for her method, yes. But she's trying to pass those recipes down. When she passed those recipes down to her kids, well, she's got to teach them, and so those measurements may be off a little bit. So if you want to tweak it, not a bad thing.
Any last closing things you might want to say about cooking or food or whatever in general?
I would say that if you like food, you like to cook. And anybody can do it. Literally what the cartoon son Ratatouille says, anybody can cook. Right? When you're boiling water or you're boiling noodles in the stove, you're cooking, by the way. Those for those that eat ramen. Right? You're actually cooking. Don't be afraid of it. Have fun. It's okay to mess up. Guess why? Because you get to throw it away and start all over again. Right? Or you get to eat it all and just say, I'm going to make that again. Right? So, get encouraged. Cook more. It's an amazing stress reliever. Bringing joy to others from cooking, there's nothing comparable. And when you make something for somebody and they enjoy it, you see how much better it makes you feel. Especially if you're having a down day. So for those that want to cook, have at it. It's not hard. If this Southside Mexican kid can do it, okay, can be certified as a chef, have cooked for presidents, congresswomen, congressmen, right? Generals, any of you can do it. Just remember that.